Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, creepy friends. Welcome to Nixie Bobs and welcome to a slightly crappy yet lovely day. It is glorious weather in England. It's like 20 degrees and it's March. I have no words. I don't know why it's doing this. I have a cold. I'm not particularly well. I keep thinking my nose is bleeding. I don't know why. But let's hope I can distract myself with this lovely little hangwoman vlog where we talk about WrestleMania 33. Haven't done a WWE thing in a while, primarily because there's just too blooming many pay-per-views now. I'd be doing one every 2 weeks and it would get stale. So this WrestleMania has had a lot of, I think, bad negative talk. And I'm going to go down the match list and discuss everything in detail, not too much detail, and tell you how it's going to go and how I feel about it, because I have a hell of a lot to say. If you live in America or somewhere that isn't England, you don't know how knackering this is for us. It's exhausting. Like, it starts here at 10 o'clock at night. We have a 2-hour pre-show, that's 12 o'clock, and then it goes on for 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 hours. And last year it overran by nearly an hour. So it's like 7 hours worth of this till like 5 AM in the morning. You have no idea how exhausting this is. And if you are on BWI, if you come here and watch me through BWR, you will know that Mr. Mitchell is placing bets on the time that I fall asleep. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to do that. Despite having a crappy week, being knackered, ill, worried about my cat, a million other things going on, I have been training myself to stay awake all week, and you're going to be proved wrong, Mitchell. Little pre-warning, I'm doing this on Thursday the 30th. Thursday the 30th. So for all I know, matches could be added, matches could be changed. I might be wrong, more may be added to the pre-show, something might be taken off. So just bear that in mind going into this, that what I'm saying now could be different come Sunday if this is when you're watching this. So starting at the top, and this disappointed me immediately, and I knew it was going to happen. It's been put on the pre-show, the SmackDown Women's Championship match. It's a 6-pack challenge. Alexa Bliss obviously being the champion, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Mickie James, Carmella, Naomi. I think now that Naomi has come back and inserted herself into this, and also knowing that the reason they were having her as champion going into Mania was because obviously it's Orlando, is it Orlando I think, and it's her hometown, they think she's going to get the biggest pop. Not necessarily true, but you know, she's come back from injury. I don't know what she did. You know it's going to go one way. I won't lie, I want to see Mickie James hold it. More than Mickie James, I want to see Natalya have a run, man. Come on, she has been in that company, what, 10 years? Longer than that? She deserves a run. She is so underused, underutilized, and I think undermarked, underrated as a performer. She is freaking awesome. She could wrestle so many women under the table, and I just feel sad that she doesn't get that opportunity, and I don't know why it is. It frustrates me down to the ground. I also feel like the SmackDown women, you know, are getting pushed into the background as opposed to the Raw women, but we'll get onto the Raw women later. Neville versus Austin Aries, dear old Pac with his crappy name. I'm a little bit concerned that Austin Aries is being, again, pushed down to Cruiserweight. The Cruiserweight division in WWE is banging. It was a great decision to bring it back, and they've got brilliant people in it. You know, Jack Gallagher never fails to make me smile. I love that blooming guy. I'm sure I saw him perform over here as well. I think those two are gonna, I want them to have high flying, I want them to kick asses, I want them to go look at me, but when they've put so much into the Cruiserweights, it almost seems like a shame it's on the pre-show. Always on the pre-show, and a lot to say about this one, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Now let's start from the top. The Big Show was meant to have a match with Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Fu, and he decided he didn't want to do it at the last minute, so poor old Big Show has trained himself like a dog for this, and now it's not going to happen. So he's in that, he's been in it 1,000 times before, so it's nothing different. I feel so sorry for Braun Strowman, bless his heart, and Sami Zayn, both putting so much into it. Braun more than anything. You've got other names on there, Mojo Rawley, Apollo Crews. I feel sorry for Dolph Ziggler. Why does that man not have a match? So many, you know, there's the bit names, Connor, Victor. I feel, God, poor old Ascension, they should be so much better than they are. Along with the Vaudevillains, I love their character. I think they were brought up too early from NXT, I've always said that. There's names on here that you just obviously know. They put the SmackDown titles aren't being defended at Mania? What's that about? Really? See, again, SmackDown getting relegated, not happy with that. So realistically, you're probably looking at Braun Strowman winning. I think it's a bit of a dead mute. I mean, they could Everyone in that Battle Royal could team up and boot out Show and Strowman, and obviously if we were really going to be happy, Dolph Ziggler would win it, but that would mean giving the crowd what they want, and WWE doesn't seem to do that right now, because apparently they don't like to be owned by the crowd. No comment. I kind of want Sami Zayn to win it just to stick it to Stephanie, kayfabe purposes of course. That is apparently, as of now, all that's on the pre-show. They should have at least had the SmackDown titles on the pre-show, like seriously. This is the negative when you have a brand split, is that I think Raw gets pushed to the front because obviously Raw is Vince's baby, and SmackDown gets pushed to the back, which isn't fair because you've got so much talent on SmackDown that obviously isn't going to get seen on the main card, and that's a damn shame. So starting at the top again, oh no, you know what, I'm going to start from the bottom. Raw Tag Team Championship match. Triple threat ladder match. Now, let's address the rumours going round. Hardy's returning at WrestleMania. I've heard it 1,000 times. It's a ladder match. Apparently, supposedly I've been told that if ladders were seen, used by the participants, it was like the sign that the Hardys were coming back. So let's just set the scene. Let's just set it. We're all sitting there. The tag match comes along. And suddenly the broken Hardys appear at WrestleMania. Can you imagine the crowd? Can you imagine everyone at home screaming their guts out? I may just stick a camera on me and my friends just to see our reactions if it happens, because that will be awesome. We will go bananas, like especially me because I'm a huge Hardys mark. And I was slightly scared of broken Matt Hardy when he first started becoming that character, but now he's obviously, now you've got the broken Hardys, a little less afraid. It would, I think at the minute, I'm more excited for the prospect of that than I am actually seeing the tag match. They've got 6 men in there that I think are gonna be amazing. Did anyone see Sheamus's blooming injury? Jesus Christ, he is going into WrestleMania with one hell of a black eye. Poor man. It was a hell of an injury though. Didn't quite beat Joey Mercury's nose with the ladder. Also involving the Hardys though. So as of now, obviously you've got Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are the tag champions. I won't lie, I want to see the Hardys come in and win it. Just for old time's sake, I'm sorry, I'm an Attitude Era girl. Don't blame me for that. Don't hate on me for that. Obviously, I think as well, you've got a lot of people wanting Enzo and Cass to have their moment. They've not quite captured the Raw tag titles yet, but I think the plan was definitely to have that moment, but I think if the Hardys do return, it's probably going to go to them. I don't see them coming back just to job, per se, if you want to say that. Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin. Been built up for a hell of a long time. It's got potential to be great. I said this last year about Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar, and look how that blooming well ended up. I'm quite happy to see it. That's all I've got to say about it. But again, we fall into a slight pit in this WrestleMania of one-on-one, 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 and one-on-one. There's a few different stip matches per se. There's a few different stip matches, but there are too many one-on-ones. Let's rewind to, I think it's either WrestleMania 28, 29, or 27, where all it was one-on-one, 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 and it was probably branded one of the worst WrestleManias of all time because it was just repetition and there was no variation. There is variation on this card, but I do worry that this is going to fall into that same trap. Mixed tag team match, Cena and Bella versus Maurice and The Miz. 2 words for this, 2 different phrases though. Piss break, nap break. Nothing more to say about that. I've got no excitement for it. I don't particularly care if there's going to be some kind of proposal and whoa, no. I'll vomit in my friend's house. Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. Potential to be match of the night, easily, because I want to see the 2 of them have a wrestling match. They were golden when they were, you know, the bromance, and now that they're against each other, it's even more golden. I wish they'd had a little bit of more build-up, but I gotta feel sad for Kevin Owens for reasons that we're going to discuss when we get to the WWE title match at the end of this preview. They just have potential to just kill it, because Chris Jericho is always that guy who can just take a mid-card match, an intercontinental match, and go, you know what, we are so much better than what's on the main event. He has the potential to do that. We all know that. Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha and Nia for Fatal 4-Way elimination for the Women's Championship on Raw. Again, slightly upset that they are getting major more spotlight over the likes of SmackDown. Let's all be straight. Hardly any of us wanted Nia added to this match, and that is not me being negative. It is not me being horrible. I don't think she's ready. I didn't think she was ready to come down from NXT, and I don't think she's ready for a big match like this at all. I will not lie to you. You've got to hope that Charlotte, Sasha and Bayley team up and get rid of her first, I think, and then we can have what we want to see. Well, what we really want to see is Sasha versus Bayley. We want to see a long-running feud of them two, reunited from NXT. That is what we want. I think any fan anywhere wants to see that because it will be so cool. But it's probably not going to happen. Well, we have rumours that Sasha will turn heel on Bayley on Monday after WrestleMania. We all know the Monday after WrestleMania is craziness, yet great fun. It's always insanity. More happens on that Raw, probably than on WrestleMania, because you're setting up probably, what, the next 6 months to a year of programming. I think Bayley is going to get her major moment here. I really think she is going to have her major moment in the spotlight. I don't want to see Charlotte win. I think, personally, and again, take it with a pinch of salt, Charlotte has been in this title picture now for over a year. Sasha has been in and out. And I do genuinely think that Charlotte does need to go home and have a holiday. Not in a bad respect, but it comes down to the same thing of when Paige was doing it for like 18 months to 2 years, a couple of years back. Everybody was slowly going, right, come on, we need something different. We need something different. We're not going to include AJ in that because at the time AJ was champion for a long time, there was nobody who could compete with her. It was only when the likes of Paige started to filter in that we suddenly started going, right, okay, we've got more women, let's have something else. I think Charlotte, Sasha and Bayley will kill it. I don't think Nia is ready. Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. Again, we're going to discuss the AJ Styles problems in just a little minute. Another singles match. It's kind of come out of nowhere, hasn't it? We've heard the rumours that it was going to be coming, that it was going to be done, but now that it's here, it's just kind of a bit like, you know, got nothing better to do with AJ Styles? Really? Their rivalry has been okay, but it just, again, it falls into the problem that we're going to discuss when I get to Lesnar versus Gilbert. So let's leave it there for now. Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. Okay, anyone watching this who actually wants to see it? That's just what I thought. Okay, did I want to see Cena versus Undertaker? No. Do I want to see Reigns versus Undertaker? No. So who do I want to see face Undertaker anymore? In all honesty, there's so many rumours of Taker being in pain and being uncomfortable backstage that I love the guy, I will cry like a baby, but I just want him to retire. I don't want him sacrificing the next few years of his life just for one more match. It is not worth it. Do not pull a Christian on me, Undertaker. It's not worth it. You just need to have your moment, say you, and just go. You're the Undertaker. We'll accept it. You've done enough. Undertaker is the only one from what we're going to discuss in a few minutes that has the actual ability to just turn up and say, I'm here for WrestleMania, I'm going. He has done his time, okay? He has done 20 plus years. He can do what he wants. We can accept it from him, and that's not a double standard. It is not hypocrisy. He has done more than enough full-time travelling with the company to have that right to do that, and there's nobody who can dispute that. What do I want to see as his last match? Kane. I have been saying it for years. If this is his last match, it's going to suck like hell because nobody wants Roman Reigns to be his last match. I know that you're always going to have that guy who's not the best, but is the face of the company. It was Cena. It still kind of is Cena. It's filtering to Reigns. It's always going to be, you know, The Rock was never the best wrestler. He had the charisma of a billion people, but he's not the greatest wrestler. Same with Stone Cold. Amazing charisma, amazing crowd love, but not the best. It doesn't have to be the best wrestler that gets the best looking at all. We've seen several great wrestlers come and go out of that company in years and are overlooked because they don't have the same spark. I'm not against Reigns, but I'm not with Reigns either. I'm not particularly bothered who wins. If Taker does not win this, okay, that's a lie. I don't want to see Taker lose to Reigns. I do not want to see Taker job to Reigns, and I don't think... I have a twitch in my eye. I'm really, really sorry. If he has to job to Reigns, I don't think he will be particularly happy about it, but I cannot put words in another wrestler's mouth. Someone actually said this, and I can take no credit for this whatsoever. The dream, I think, of the majority of fans everywhere is for Taker and Kane to build up for like a year, to just go and go and go and go. They get to a WrestleMania match, they're in that ring, we know they're going. They have this amazing, you know, they're exchanging blows, they've done some tombstones, they get some fire involved, get some lightning bolt involved, throw everything at it. But then suddenly the ring goes black. When the lights come back up, the hat's in the ring, the mask's in the ring, and that's it. They're both gone, they're never seen again. It is not my idea, I take no credit for it, but I'm putting it out there because that is what we want. So it's not what we're going to get, but it's what, you know, how many of you would just love that? It would be complained about, but I would love it because it would just be the best ending. They're never seen again, they don't appear on programming. That would be the best way for everybody to just say goodbye to them. The spooky way, set the ring on fire if you have to, man. I don't think Taker's going to be his best. He needs some big operation that's going to render him never cleared to compete. So at the minute, all he's doing is taking whatever he can just to see him over. Seth Rollins versus Triple H in an unsanctioned match. Woo! Finally another stipulation. I want to see them rip each other apart. This has had so much build up since Seth returned back in, what, April, May last year. We have been waiting on this for months. We were so scared at the beginning of the year when Seth aggravated his knee. Obviously, we know he's cleared to compete, or they would not let him in this match. I want to see a war. Yeah, I want to see weapons, backstage, crowd. I want to see everything. I want to see the kitchen freaking sink thrown at this. And I think they can, you know. Obviously, Triple H is going to have some hench entrance of some description. I want Seth Rollins to have something similar. I don't think he will. It's a non-sanctioned match. Do not water it down, WWE. Triple H is more than happy to get the fine, to go against the rules, and to do what he has to do to appease the crowd. We know this. We saw them get fined. We saw him and Undertaker get fined years ago. So I know that if he wants to pull this out of the bag, he will pull it out of the bag. It's been built up well. We're excited for it. And as opposed to wanting a wrestling match, I just want to see a war. Okay, there's no other phrase for it. Have a war, make me happy, use weapons. So going on to our two top main event matches, Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton, obviously the winner of the Royal Rumble. Bit of a shock. I remember watching Royal Rumble and seeing Reigns come out as number 30 and went, they're going to give it to him, aren't they? And I was like, oh no, the internet's going to go mad. I think we knew this was coming. He went in from the inside to destroy the Wyatt family. It's been well built. Unfortunately, when you're AJ Styles and you've held that title for so long and suddenly you don't get to go at WrestleMania as the champion, that must just suck a little bit. There was fears that it was going to be Cena versus Orton, and I remember being one of the internet saying, no, not again. I can't face that again. Then again, to a point, I don't know if I can face The Miz versus Cena again. The difference is, I really do enjoy The Miz's heel work. I'd like to see that. It's great to see Bray Wyatt on top, finally. We all love that. We have been waiting for that for years. I think Randy Orton's going to win. Finally! And this is the match that you've all been waiting for me to talk about. Gilbert versus Lesnar. I am not going to lie to you one little bit. I do not give two diddly squips about this match. I don't want to see it. I am angry about it. I'm not happy with it, and as a fan, I just don't agree with it. So there is this perception within WWE that we need big names to appear at WrestleMania to make it successful. So let's revisit my favourite WrestleMania, number 17. There were no big names at that. We had all the same people that we've always had, and that is hailed as being possibly the best WrestleMania of all time because it was well put together, there was variation on the card. WrestleMania 16, also amazing, no huge names. And then we get to 18 and Hogan's in it. Okay, Hogan came back and we were fine with that, we could take that. But then ever since then, it just seems like he's going, I've got to have celebrities, I must have celebrities, I've got to have this big grand stage. You don't necessarily need to put thousands of dollars in a stage. WrestleMania had a freaking long ass ramp that Taker zoomed down. It looked amazing, but it doesn't necessarily need all the lights and the glamour. What we need is stellar matches. Stellar matches will overtake a big fancy arena and fancy names at any time. Since coming back, Goldberg, and I don't want to call him that, has done like 5 minutes total in-ring action time. That's unincluding promos and smacking his head on the way out. Ha, I remember that. You think about the names that have been on that roster, in that ring. Kevin Bloody Owens, okay, let's put him out there. He has worked like a freaking dog for months. You know, he owns Raw, basically. And suddenly, oh, you're not going to be in the title match because we're going to put Goldberg and Brock Lesnar in there instead, and the crowd really doesn't want to see it, but we're going to do it because I think I need the big names. Well, you're wrong. Imagine if it's the closing match of the show and it's like 5 minutes long. On top of that, I was not happy at all about the fact that Brock Lesnar has been billed for yonks as this ferocious pit bull, gonna kill ya type of guy, and then suddenly, oh, one jackhammer and I'm gonna die. Ah! Oh! I love Shane McMahon, but I don't necessarily need him on the WrestleMania card. I needed AJ Styles up there on that WrestleMania card. I needed Kevin Owens on that Mania card. I wanted Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn on that Mania card. That's what I think a lot of people want to see, but we're not getting it. I've no words to say about this. I like Brock Lesnar, but it's not a case of The Undertaker where he did 20 plus years on the road and has earned the right, as mentioned, to say, right, I'm going to do Mania and that's it. He's not earned that right. Brock Lesnar was good, but he did not do that. He did about 2 to 3 years at best in the company, unincluding any training grounds, and then went on to something else, you know, and made a name, more of a name for himself really, in MMA. I don't dislike Brock Lesnar. I don't like Goldberg. I have never hidden that fact. I do not like Goldberg. Can't lie to you. Don't like him. Never have done, never will do. You've got an army of great stars there who are so successful, who the crowd want to see, but you're putting other people in front of them, and when they've worked their asses off and the crowd adore them, that's not fair at all. I mean, Roman Reigns, alright, people don't like him, but at least he's out there doing the house shows, working his arse off. Maybe not appreciated, but he's doing it. Cena, not a particular Cena fan, but he has done so many years on the road that if he does take a break and take so many months out to do this, that and the other, then yeah, he can do. And to take a break from Cena isn't a bad thing either. I've said this before, but I don't know how fair it is for these guys to just come in and say, oh, I'm going to be the main event, but you're not. If it's a quick match, nobody is going to be happy. The internet is going to explode more than it exploded when Kevin Owens dropped that title in like 5 seconds back at February's pay-per-view, of which there's so many I can't physically remember what it is anymore. I will be on Twitter throughout WrestleMania, hoping I don't fall asleep, so there's no reason to, you know, take the mickey out of me or anything, right, Dean? That is going to be WrestleMania. As I say, do join me on Twitter if you want. I'm sorry it was so long, but there are like 13 matches to go through and discuss. If you would like to follow us, Twitter is down here. If you would like to join me, I would love for you to join me. Going to be hashtagging all night if I can. If not, tell me what you think. Tell me what you don't want. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Don't get mean on the channel. Don't ask me to discuss any indiscrepancies currently going on in wrestling media, and I'm going to try and come back for the big main four of WWE. I meant to do Survivor Series and Royal Rumble, but kept forgetting, so do excuse me for that. I'll see everyone again for another video. I'm probably not going to get to do a post-show because I'll probably be dying in my sleep because it will be freaking knackering. Bye everyone. Enjoy WrestleMania.